All right, folks, here we are, man, for another session of Off the Grid. I wanted to welcome my special guest, California music producer Darnell from the Digital Martyrs crew. What is up? What's going
Hey,
on,
what's
brother?
up, bro? How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How's it going out there, dude? My parents told me it's starting to get cold, man. Are you cold?
49 degrees right now.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cold, man. For a Hawaii guy.
49. Yeah. What
Yeah,
what where how's your weather in Hawaii?
that's pretty good, man. Probably about 80. Yeah, we're good. 75, 80. It's not bad. No, it's good weather, man. Well, hey, man, good, man. Well, hey, with that, man, hey, before we get into all the questions about music, man, can you just give me a quick intro? Tell me where you're exactly from in Cali, and tell me how long you've been making music.
Okay. I'm actually originally from San Diego, and
Oh,
my dad was in the Navy, so I was born and raised
mm,
San Diego. I think at this point it's probably about one third of my life over there, and then the rest is Northern California. So my dad was stationed in Coronado and 32nd San Diego, and then closed down Merc Island in 1995, and then
dude,
he bought a house in Fairfield, also soon rather, and
yeah,
then I get married, I get kids. We've been all over the place, but I buy a house in Fairfield. So
yeah. Did you ever live overseas, or you just stayed mostly in San Diego?
San Diego, Vallejo, back and forth, and then
Yeah.
my dad had a brief stint stationed in Virginia Beach.
Ah, I got dude, because I was wondering, man, like as I was like going deep in your catalog, I
Yeah, yeah,
saw a lot of San Diego MCs, right? Like Sabotage, and then
yeah,
Odessa
yeah,
Kane you work with. And
yeah.
I was like, oh man, was he? And I know you go back and forth quite frequently, so it makes sense, man. You spend some time out there and then
Right.
you moved to the Bay, man, in '95.
Yeah.
Super dope, man. Well, hey man, growing up though, who were your musical influences, man? Who were you really into at a young age?
So if I can pinpoint like the time that I fell in love with hip hop would be, um, The Roots,
Yeah,
Rakim Allah, Gangstar,
yeah.
um, Talib Kweli, Company Flow. LP's
Yeah.
my favorite producer. I
Oh,
mean, that's probably that's gonna knock off one of those questions. So, but yeah, around that time, uh, maybe between 92 and 95 ish. I
yeah.
didn't really get into like hip hop. It was hip hop.
That's all
A
started
lot
with
of
that.
it a lot of the influence was like Bay Area, and
Yeah,
then our mutual friend Chris Floresca shot me
yeah.
a record. It was called "Above the Clouds" off the Moment of
Oh,
Truth album.
yeah, yeah. Gangsta and Inspector Deck. Yep,
Yeah, and then like that just flipped my whole script.
yep.
So yeah,
Dude,
that
that's crazy, man. That's actually probably a good comparison of what you're doing today. Really
oh
dope, man.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, and so hey, so a lot of dope MCs. We grew up at a good time for music.
yeah.
And was there any particular album that sticks out? It doesn't have to be rap, man, but anything that really like had you tripping, man, in terms of how dope it was.
So going back onto the previous question, like a lot of the influence back then was just like Bay Area stuff, right? And
Yeah.
nothing too significant, not nothing too like that weighed heavily.
Yep.
I I think that when I got to Lyricist Lounge Volume One and Two,
Yeah, those are
and
dope.
then those are ones that like help shape, and then Black on Both Sides most def help shape my current state of taste. So,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
um, I- so basically, the standard of hip hop now was based on those few records back then, and then like as soon as I got a hold of Moment of Truth, then I went back to like Mass Appeal, and I went back to Common, I went back to the Roots. Things Fall Apart. Do you want some more?
Yeah.
Um, so that 96 to 1999 stint was kind of a definitive part as
Yeah.
far as uh, that era kind of like pushed me to this point. And
Yeah.
then I didn't know it was gonna make me at this point uh, try to emulate some of that stuff. So
Yeah.
back then I was just a hip hop head,
Yep.
and then lo and behold, I started making music because I couldn't. I wanted to contribute to the game, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to rap.
So, and that's what I wanted to ask you as you were saying that. Did you try rapping first, or was it straight production of music?
So I tried, and then
Okay.
after like maybe 4 bars, I said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna
Oh,
do it."
gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then like I started dabbling with Cubase and battery, and then an
Okay.
MPC. But prior to that, my wife bought me the music generator for the PlayStation 2. So
Dope,
like
man. Yeah.
I would sample on the PS2 memory cards, put it into and into the PlayStation 2, and start
Uh-huh.
making beats. So there's Jake one uses the ASR 10, right?
Yeah.
To pitch up and pitch down samples, and then change the tempo. Well, the MTV music generator did the same thing,
Yeah.
but we couldn't export anything out. So we would
Oh,
have
it's
to I
stuck.
would put RCA into a mixer and then put on a tape basically, and then burn it to a CD, whatever.
Oh, wow. You still were able to transfer transfer it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I had to
Jerry
play
rig it, huh?
in real time.
Oh, that's crazy, man. And
Yeah.
so it sounds like your girlfriend, was it your girlfriend or your
My
girlfriend at the
wife,
time?
my wife.
Now,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. So
yeah.
who got you that stuff? And I was gonna ask you too, right? It was like, hey, we were still kids, and how are you getting your equipment? I know Filipino parents weren't gonna buy us any for the,
Hell no,
unless it was a
hell no.
karaoke machine, man. I don't know if they were gonna spend the money. So that's dope, man. You got to keep her, man. Good deal.
Yeah, definitely. Then like I've been using Cubase ever since. So
Oh, still to this day.
still till this day.
Oh, I
I
never
mean,
did the Pro Tools and
no, no, no. I started with
oh,
XX,
I just thought you
Cubase
were a Pro
XX.
Tools guy.
No, 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 no. I've always used Cubase and my VST. So everything that you
Yeah,
we've ever done together and separately was through a keyboard and then the Cubase.
that's
And then
wild, man.
so the mixing, the mastering, the sequencing, the layout, everything goes in there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how much has it changed? And this is probably a crazy question because I'm sure the answer is yes. But how much has it changed from when you first started using Cubase to now? Probably 10,000 times different, I'm sure, with more functions
No,
or the
hell
base.
no.
Oh, really?
So
It's kind of
no, no,
true,
no.
huh?
So my first version was Cubase SX3.
Okay.
We're on the 13th version now, right? So we're 3, 4, 5. Um, Nothing has changed significantly that affected my music
Oh, I like that.
that in a very significant way.
Yeah.
There's more access to instruments. There's more access to
Yeah.
layering and grouping of tracks.
Yeah.
A lot of the Pro Tools stuff does translate over to Cubase. So um,
Nice.
I don't think significantly has changed over the past.
Okay.
I don't know how long,
Yeah.
but what what has I think that the all the plugins that came along with it have been enhanced,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Good
nothing
point.
too right. So when we sample and we put things together, I dirtied up anyway. So I add saturation, tape, all of this other stuff, whatever,
Yeah.
to and nothing has really significantly changed. The only thing that has changed is the access to more virtual instruments,
Yeah.
more mastering tools,
That's right.
more yeah. So, but that's it.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. I was using back in the day, you probably heard of the program Cool Edit Pro
Oh,
to record.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, so Adobe owns it now, and I use Audition. So yeah, it hasn't changed too much. But like you said, all the plugins are a little bit different. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I just go with what works, man. So it sounds like you do the same too.
yeah, yeah.
Dope, man. Well, hey, man. Just you started in the '90s. You were on your road to becoming a producer. Were there any challenges in terms of getting to where you were at today, or was it
Hmm.
pretty much smooth sailing and just learning, man? Any obstacles that are worth mentioning?
Time and money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Heck yeah.
I didn't make my first full-fledged beat maybe around what 2003, 2004, whatever. I didn't
Okay.
make my full-fledged like the whole thing. I dabbled and then I would like try to hone skills, whatever. But between me falling in love with hip hop and then like producing hip hop. It was like
Yeah.
a long time before I made my first um listenable instrumental.
Okay.
Listenable for yeah. So I would have bits and pieces here, and then like I would have put things together, but never put like 816, 816, 816, whatever.
Right.
Um,
Right.
as a format, I always had like bits and pieces of 2 or 4 bar loops, layered some things over, and then but I never had my first production, maybe 2003, 2004. I have a
Yeah.
19-year-old daughter, so that's 2004. And then 10 and a half months later, I have my 18-year-old daughter. And then, so not a lot of time that was
Yeah. Good
spent
point.
to not only, uh, not, and then like you got, and then money obviously was like the biggest challenges and hindrances of me enhancing. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I made do what I had. And
Yeah.
basically, in a nutshell, it's always free to be a student, right? YouTube came out in 2006. A lot of people
Yeah.
already doing beat sessions, whatever. They're gonna put it off, whatever. And then like these tutorials came out on YouTube, and then uh, so slowly but surely, I've been increasing skill set so that I can get to a point, whatever. So a lot of the
Yeah.
producers that I emulated back then was DJ Premier and Ninth Wonder.
Ooh,
So
I
DJ
see that.
Premier will do 2 or 4 bar soul claps, whatever, and then Ninth Wonder will do the chipmunk stuff, right? And then Kanye came out, whatever, and then
Yep.
and then that was like the solidified. Okay, I gotta do. And so like every producer, no matter who it is, they're gonna try to emulate those 3 producers: DJ Premier, Ninth Wonder, or Kanye West.
Yeah. Those are
Yeah.
good foundations to kind of copy for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So
that's awesome, man. Yeah,
yes.
and so yeah, no, it's great, man. I'm glad that it wasn't anything crazy, man. And so with that, you established yourself, and then it took some time before you actually put down a beat in '03. And I saw a lot of your earlier stuff, but there was a break between '03 and 10, like you mentioned, due to the birth of your children.
Right.
But with that, you eventually had to come up with a name, man. And so I'm actually excited to ask you this question too, as well. This is a standard
So
question that I ask, but Digital Martyrs, man, one of the freaking dopest names is for a producer. Yeah, how did that name, like, who, man? Tell me the story on how that happened. Such a dope name.
so because of my faith, I was always enamored and always aligned with those who
Yep.
had passed and died during the struggle. So
Yeah.
in Arabic, we call them Shahid, Shaeed or Shaid, whatever. That translates
Uh,
into martyr. So a lot of back then, if you think about how we inadvertently went to Iraq, and then we said, Iraq, you have the weapons of mass destruction, whatever. So we're going to
yeah.
send all our forces over there to eradicate and dismantle the government because you're you're solely responsible for September 11th, which actually was like a pathway to my faith.
Okay.
And then a lot of the that was a weird, messed up time for Arabs and Muslims. Especially here, and then like being in the middle, right? So as a Muslim and a Filipino, you're like
Yeah.
the minority of the minorities, whatever. If you're not from the South Philippines, whatever. So um, I took it a liking to those who had died for struggle,
I
those
got you.
who had always put themselves second before any kind of ideology
Sure.
or action. So as fathers and as husbands, we always put somebody else first, right? So we've always been a martyr for a lot of our efforts so that our families can get fed.
I like it.
We had to kill something off of ourselves so that we could, and this is part of the sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
So because the information age happened at the same time, it's also influential for all of this weird stuff that's going on. I thought digital martyrs.
Dude, amazing name, man. Yeah, it's so dope, man. And before I realized, like, I was gonna save this for the middle of the interview, but I'm gonna bring it up
It's all
now,
good.
man.
It's all good.
Yeah, so we were living. I mean, I was living in Santa Cruz, but my folks were in the 707 too. And so that you mentioned our mutual friend,
Yep.
and then I would hang out with Chris, and then same circle of friends. But I just when I left and joined the army, I just kind of forgot music for a little bit and didn't stay up to date with who's who and what was going on. And I
Mhm.
didn't even realize it was you for the longest time, man. And man, it was so and it was a group name at first, right? That man or do you like
Yeah, there
okay.
was there was 3 of us. So there was 3. It was me, my little brother, 5 years younger, and then our DJ.
Okay. All
So
right.
we didn't first get established until my brother came out of the military. So he went into the military, came out in 2004,
Okay.
and then he started writing some of the stuff that I was trying to put down, whatever.
Yeah.
So we didn't do any gigs. He still lived in San Diego at the time. He was in
Yeah.
Virginia at the time, so he was stationed. And then he came back, and then I didn't get my first full break into underground hip hop until I met Bam.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
He's from when you met him in LA.
no, I met him in Hawaii.
What? Oh, that's crazy. Oh
Yeah.
man. Okay, how did that happen?
So it was the Bam was on tour. He just did he was about to do he would did the Ice Cream for Bars tour, and
Okay.
I believe that was the tour. It was him, and then we had Geo from Blue Scholars, and then Creek
Yep.
Million at the time.
Okay. Yep.
So
Who was
they
from here?
they
Yep.
played downtown. My wife's originally from Hawaii. She was born and raised in Hawaii. So
Oh, okay.
we were visiting their family at the time. I went out
Yeah.
to go see the show, whatever, and then he I sent him a beat that I made in Hawaii,
Okay.
and it was the old man's rap beat.
Oh man, I tell you about that beat all the time, dude. Oh,
So
that's crazy.
I made that in Kapolei. I meet him over there. I give him the beat. And then I said, "Dude, let's do something." The old man raps beat turned into the Paper Cuts album in 2009.
Yeah, which
So
had a dope video to it. Oh man, that's crazy.
yeah,
I love
so
that beat.
out of that 7-song EP, I produced 4 of them, I believe, and
Yeah.
then the other 3 was with somebody else, and then some other
Nice.
producers, whatever. But I believe that was the breakthrough album, the breakthrough
Yeah.
video, the breakthrough album, the breakthrough instrumental. All of that was like, oh, who's this? What happened? How did he get? So that was like at the time was like the paramount of like chipmunk music, chipmunk
Yeah.
hip hop beats, whatever. And
Yeah.
then he produces this. He gets with xylophones, films, which I believe now is doing a lot of great things. They did something. They things they would Black Eyed Peas, whatever. They
Yeah.
make him a video. They shoot the video. It gets blown. It blows
Yeah.
up. And now he staples and stamps Filipino hip hop
Yeah.
in California.
Oh,
So
100%.
yeah.
Dude, that's cool, man. I had no ideas that you guys met in Hawaii, man, and that led to a lot of work with beat rock, and so that's how I learned about Digital Martyrs was just all the music that was coming
Uh-huh.
out of beat rock, and I was like, dude, like I wasn't rapping at the time, but I was like, man, I would love to rhyme on some Digital Martyrs stuff. So that's crazy, and I didn't even realize like we had known each other already. So that's pretty awesome, man. And
Yeah.
so from there, it just your relationship with them took off, right? And you did just
So
so much stuff with
after
them.
after the Paper Cuts album was the remix album with
Yep,
the
2011.
entire 2011. So it was the Digital Mars remix Beat Rock. I got
Yep.
with Fat Gums, who was the CEO or the owner of Beat Rock at the time. I says, "Hey, just give me some acapella stems and then just let me just run with it." So I gave
Oh,
him
that's
like
cool. Yeah.
whatever production that was there. I just said, "Okay." At that point now, I become competitive. So I
Yep.
wanted to uh, really try to increase my my versatility and try to do something more and a step further than the original production, and that's
Yeah.
what actually drove me to this point. Where, as far as producing is concerned, because now I wanted to not only just emulate the producers that I looked up to, but I wanted to top them. So
Yeah.
that remix album was like a coming of moment for me, coming
It
of
was
age for me,
phenomenal.
where from a production standpoint, I was dabbling and doing things from a hobby perspective. Now I want to do this from a really serious perspective and get my footing in contributing to hip hop. And lo and behold, between 2009 and 2015 ish, 2016,
Yep.
I became like one of the people that Beat Rock went to for production, and
Yeah.
for most of the artists, they've other had other producers. Don't get me wrong, but
Yep.
it was always
House
every
favorite.
producer for on that roster had something. I mean, every
Yeah.
artist had something for me. So
Yeah, that was a dope album, man. The two tracks I really like were the Marshmallow remix that you did for Rocky Rivera. It's that chipmunk sample that you
yeah,
mentioned that I just love. I love that type of beat, man. And then that other song I really like was the Correctly Done Again with Bamboo. That was super
of
sick,
course,
man.
yeah.
Did you guys press hard copies of that, or was it just a digital release?
I don't remember if we did or not. I know
Yeah.
that it went. I don't remember. I
Yeah.
don't. I think we pressed some copies,
Okay.
but I don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Um,
it's yeah, but and so at that point, Digital Martyrs, when you were doing all the beat rock stuff, was it just one guy? Was it just you at that time then?
it was just me. I still had my brother rapping. I still had
Okay,
my DJ, but all the production was me.
I gotcha. And
Yeah,
so, and this is probably a good point to surface too, is that Digital Martyrs, you started as three, and there have been a lot of roster changes too, right? Chris also became
right,
a part of the Digital Martyrs crew.
right, right.
Yep. And then did you pick up any other members then? And or was it just that four primarily?
It was us, me, my brother Chris, and then we changed the DJ at some point.
Okay.
And then we were touring. We were part of different groups in Sacramento and Oakland, whatever. So we were part of another group in Sacramento that was coming up. A lot of them were they're still in college, and then they were trying to. They were very very dope MCs.
Yeah.
Um, and then I started producing for them. Started producing for a lot of Sacramento artists. Sacramento is where we first actually had our footing as a group.
Yeah.
LA is a
Mhm.
footing for me as a producer, but as a group,
Sure.
Sacramento, uh, we toured a lot, and we opened for
Okay.
Bam in 2011. He came back, did another tour the next year after that, and then we met Uptown Suite. So
Oh. Oh,
we started
okay.
doing touring. We bring him along. We started doing tracks. We started performing our tracks, and then on the way to San Francisco, I'll never forget. On the way back from San Francisco, he's sitting shotgun, and he goes, "So am I in the group or what?"
And what
I
year?
said,
What
"Hell
year?
yeah,
What
you're in the
year was
group,
this?
bro." So yeah, it was. That's how it came to be. That's how it came to
Yeah.
be. Yeah,
What year was that? Was that early 2000s then?
2012,
Oh, 2012.
2012.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then it became that five, and then what did Chris go by? What was his MC name?
Cypher Law,
Okay.
MC Cypher Law. But I mean, Arabic is the sort of God. So
Ah.
SAIFULLAH, Cypher Law. So um, he was always squeamish about rapping.
Okay.
He always felt that he needed to he was a step behind. I didn't think that ever. I thought
I
that,
thought he was really good. He was a good writer. He would show me his writtens, and I thought he
but
was great.
he would never perform them or spit them.
Oh
He would
wow.
never. He would always be always insecure about them, and then that
Yeah.
insecurity went back all the way from when we first started. Before that, to not letting Rainer know that he raps.
Oh sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because he was like well established in Japan, and they grew up together, and so I can
right.
see that. Just he was just
So
just shy about it, maybe.
Right, right, right. So like he would always big up and celebrate the individuals, right? So
Yeah,
he would always he would think that he was just under them
I
and try to
got you.
catch up all the time. I never thought that. I always thought that he was good enough to perform. He was good
Yeah,
enough to spit. He had a lot of things to say. He was
yeah,
very, very his flow became increasingly uh eclectic, and
yeah,
he took more chances as an MC,
yep.
more and more chances as an MC. And then having my brother and Uptown made that trio, he basically held his own at
That's
that point.
crazy. I had no
Yeah,
idea they all knew each other. And he was a
yeah,
deep thinker too, man. So he like
yeah, yeah.
just yeah, he's very meticulous in what he said and wrote. And so yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty awesome story that you guys started that big
Right.
and then it's been a while that Uptown Suite has been a part of Digital Martyrs. And then you went
Hmm.
on and did the beat rock stuff, and for a while it was just you doing the producing. And then now to current day, it's just you and Uptown at the moment, right?
Right. That's right. So yeah, we've done a couple of things prior to that. So 2016, we did the that full 50 track mixtape. Um, we had Styles P, Plantasia, Rascas on there, Bishop
Wow.
Lamont, yeah, and a whole bunch of other rappers. I did another mixtape for another group in Sacramento called TPR, and then we
Okay.
did a 2013 ish Uptown Suite. No, 2011. Uptown had
Yeah.
put out a mixtape that got notoriety after his wake up show
Yeah.
release. So it was called Church Street Blues, and then he had a whole bunch of rappers on. I'm not rappers, but producers on there. He would, and
Okay.
then it got good traction. And then in 2017, we did Church Street Blues 2, and then that's when I did a track with KRS One.
Oh
It was
my
KRS.
god, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's so crazy, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. And yeah, the foundation is strong. And then I'll mention it later on, but you guys are doing a lot of good things.
Mm.
And when you were starting out as a producer, did you ever collaborate with other producers for one beat? I know you did some stuff with Six Fingers, but anybody else, or do you even do that to this day, or is it just hey, this is
I'm
just a
open
straight
to do it.
digital markers beat?
Yeah, I'm open to do some a collaboration with other producers.
Yeah,
But you know, as fast as I put out production, and it's on my own timeline, and I have to fight other people's timeline to do it. But I'm very open to do do a collaboration like I did with Six, with
yep,
other producers. So
yeah.
yeah,
Six is Filipino too.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
where's he from? San Diego?
He's from Vallejo.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Oh man, I thought
he's
he
from
was.
Vallejo.
Is he still producing or no?
No, he's like got one, two, three, four, five kids, five kids.
Wow. Okay, so he's doing a
And
family thing. Dope.
um, we had we were coworkers at one point. He's designing UI UX uh, applications, so
Jeez.
for a company. So he's a graphic designer, and then he has stopped producing. I don't know, for a long time, for a very
Wow.
long time. Yeah.
Oh,
So
do you still
shout.
keep in touch with him?
I do to time and
Good.
time. Shout to Six Fingers and his
Yeah.
family. Uh, he's still part of that roster, B Rock roster.
Yeah.
He's
Talented.
one of the guys that always pushed me past my threshold when I thought I had a
Yeah.
threshold. So yeah,
Yeah, I can see that. The album you guys did together
yeah,
was pretty awesome, man. So that was cool to see that you guys did that Adventures in Sound and Space Volume One. And was there
yeah.
a Volume Two, or was it just that Volume One project?
We intend to do a volume two, but again,
Yeah, just
my
family
own
and life. Yeah.
timelines. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, understood, man. And so it's crazy, man. So you were into underground hip hop. You liked a lot of the East Coast legendary standard MCs that we all love and enjoy. But you're
Right,
also in a place where gangster rap is super prevalent and just
right.
all over the place. So yeah, it's an interesting place to be, man. And so how's the scene in general, man? I mean, Sacramento always seemed like it was popping with MCs and I thought the rap scene was good, man. From your perspective, who actually lived there and did it out there, was it?
Mhm.
How was it, man?
So I live smack dab in the middle of Sacramento and San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento, Oakland, San Jose. mm, the peninsula always had their own uh, pockets. They had their own pockets of hip hop.
Yeah,
Sacramento had also a different, a different pocket, but still hip hop. I don't know any other hip hop pockets in my area. I don't.
yeah,
So a lot of, I mean, there's people that rap, there's people that produce, but when it comes to forward thinking progressive music,
yeah,
I don't have that in my area.
yeah,
I, it's lost. And then like even like the younger kids coming up, they're still having 2 or 3 track instrumentals, and they have an 808 in one of them. So like you can't move past that. If you can't move past that, then I don't know if I can listen to you. I mean,
yeah,
you gotta take chances.
yeah, sure.
You gotta find out there are more than just the MIDI machine and your mom's laptop. It's a great
Yeah.
sound, right? So there's keys, there's bass line, whatever. So even back like I'm now dabbling into G funk. And
Oh,
now yeah, so I'm taking some of the yesteryear's drums and bass lines, and then now
yeah.
implementing it now
Sick.
into. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to get here, but I really worked at it and tried to sequence something that sounds very, very reminiscent of old school West Coast music. And
Damn,
then
I can't wait to hear it, man.
you
So
you will definitely hear it. You'll
dope,
definitely
man.
hear it. Yeah,
Well, good, man. Well, it's unfortunate that it's not as alive as it was back then.
right.
But what about just the current state of hip hop in general? Are you liking the stuff that you're hearing these days, or are you like me, kind of just stuck in the '90s? But nah, I say that
You
jokingly.
know,
I do like a
you
lot
know.
of stuff that's out today.
Uptown would never ever go past 2003
Oh
in
yeah,
his
he,
playlist. Never ever.
yeah, he's got his range of music, right? Yeah,
So I mean, it's a large, there's a plethora of artists that has that is in his playlist, but it's never past 2003. He doesn't know what's out, whatever.
okay,
Whereas me, so I got some teenagers, right? And then they
yeah,
have their music, right? And then I'm listening to what people consider hip hop today,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so I always have conversations with my oldest daughter about hip hop because at a very very young age, I always try to give her a hip hop. Always add to her playlist hip hop, and then so she's gone and done other things. This is the one that was on the Penny Rhymes video, by the way.
yep,
Um, So, she has a lot of things in her playlist, and I'm very thankful for her.
yeah,
But that also encouraged me to increase my awareness about these new artists. So,
sure.
who I'm currently listening to now is Dreamville and J. Cole.
Yeah, absolutely. I love J.
Yeah.
Cole, Kendrick, and there's a lot of dope stuff that's out today. Yeah, so you just have to go and find it and find the good stuff that
So
you'll like,
yeah,
man.
J. Cole's whole entire record label, Dreamville,
Dreamville, sick.
uh,
Yeah,
all of those artists I listen to.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Griselda, I like too a lot. Man, yeah, I like it all, man. I'm just a big fan of hip hop, and I still love gangster rap. So,
You you know
and I
it's
can
funny
tell that
about
in your style. Yeah, you
yeah,
like everything, man.
I do. But going back to Griselda, it's funny that people like our age will levitate around that and say, "Oh, it's not new. It's not
No,
new. It's no,
it's like
it's
Wu
always
Tangish.
yeah, very
Yeah,
Mob Deep, Wu Tang, whatever."
that's right.
Yeah,
That's why
it's
I like it.
yeah. I mean, it's very simple. And then now Drake is having uh produced things sounding like Griselda.
Yeah,
And then I was hearing some things from Drake, like, dude, that's a Griselda type of beat, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then like that's how like we say full circle, but this is truly a full circle.
I 100% agree, and that's
Yeah,
why I like it. It reminded me of the Wu Tang Clan, man,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Two
Yeah,
bar snippets and then a dusty ass drum break.
that's it. Super
Yeah,
hard, and
yeah, yeah,
they're all lyrically dope, man. Yeah, they're amazing, Cam. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, good, man. Well, dude, let's go into some of your music, man. So I dived in and I took it
Okay.
back all the way to 2010, and I saw the Ghost Town EP with Citizen and Off Balance, man. And so
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
close to some of your earlier work, and I thought already, man, it was indicative of what kind of producer you were going to be. I thought the beats were
Mm,
banging and already kind of just like creative in a sense, man. So
yeah.
yeah, do you want to talk about that project real quick?
Yeah. Shout out to the understudies and Citizen. I just spoke to him the other day. I'm gonna release another beat album under their label. Their
Okay,
label's called the Music Group out of Oakland.
nice.
It's a plethora of artists, rappers, MCs, and producers. They're the ones who actually helped us get us going. So
Okay.
there's this one halal chicken wing place in Sacramento, whatever they were performing at, and then
Oh, nice.
they said, "Hey, let's put the Martyrs on," and then ever since then it was like a synergy, and off and on we would perform together, uh, play together, and then now I spoke to him just the other day, and then I'm gonna put out a I don't know 30, 40 beats on their label,
Yeah.
just beats. So we're
Wow.
contemplating on that. But that EP right there was just me in that beat rock moment where I had started just creating a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah.
like for that genre for that time, and then uh, they're with it, and so I got a whole bunch of people on it, and shout out to all of them who were a part of that. And yeah, it was just one of those things where um, I was in the right place at the right time. So
Yeah, I like that period of music too, man. And you mentioned, it was the heavy
right,
beat rock time, and then the remix project came out, and I was like, God dang, like every
yeah.
beat on here is like freaking hot, dude. So yeah, it was super good, man. And then a couple years later, so this makes sense to me, San Diego area, and you linked up with Kali to do a remix of his Blessed album in 2015.
Yep.
So that was pretty dope, man. How did that connection between you two happen?
So in the realm of remixing things, at the time I was known as the remix producer. So Kali was actually associated with Uptown Suite. Together they were
Oh,
a group called The Seed. So
oh, no, I didn't know that. Crazy.
yeah,
Oh
so
man.
they did a little EP back in the day. Kali was part of this group called the Immaculates. Uptown was doing his thing, and then after Church Street Blues, they got linked together, whatever. And then
Yeah.
they did an EP, they did a project. I get linked up. Kali starts to like into my instrumentals, my production, and then I remix his album, his
Oh,
rebirth
sick.
album. He presses up tapes. He did
I
box
own
sets.
one too. Yep.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. And then, yeah, and the rest is history.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah,
another dope project, man. And you even did the Super Snooker track with him that you
yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah,
released.
yeah.
I like that one, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that was a really good track, man. So yeah, so I mean, you've already established yourself as a producer that works with high caliber MCs, and
Mhm.
then I'm gonna go through a roster of folks that you work with. So you already mentioned Uptown Suite. Again,
Yep.
as you mentioned, just a lot of buzz around him after that Wake Up Show video that he did. That he killed it. Y'all need to look that up. It was
Mm.
super fire, man. And then you did more production for him, a little earlier, or I'm sorry, a little later after your beat rock stuff. That Polynesian Panther track you did for him too, right?
Mhm.
Woo!
Mhm.
So it was another fire track,
Yeah.
man. And then the 1800 Bush Avenue track, you did that for him.
Yep.
All fire tracks that people need to check out. So really quick, do you want to just shout out the new project that he's got coming out, the latest one that you guys have in the works?
Walk on Water, December 8th. So
Coming
December 8th,
soon.
we're releasing Walk on Water on December 8th. I
Oh man,
don't think it's gonna be as loud as we want it to be for the release.
yeah,
We're trying to move forward. But there are 4 projects in the next 2 months.
wow,
Hopefully, you're one of those projects.
yeah. I'm just waiting for the other MC's verse. I'm done with the last song.
So so Walk on Water is done.
Yeah.
I did King Kane Volume 1, 2, and 3 for
Wow.
Odessa King.
Man,
So that's 20. There's 23 songs that were split by seven each, and then
so
I
amazing.
got another project with Creek a Million.
Yep. Is that done?
That's probably about 50, 60% done.
Nice.
You'll, yeah, and then I got this brother named Memphis Reigns. We're doing
Woo.
this project called Lawai.
We're gonna talk about the story later too.
Yeah, yeah. We're getting and and then this secret mixtape that's going around that hopefully highlights all four of these projects together. So
I
I'm
know some sneakers in there too, man.
yeah,
Woo,
yeah, yeah. So
man.
there are so I gained I've done always this mixtape thing.
Yeah,
The last big mixtape I did was 2016.
yeah,
I'm trying to not increase quantity, but but quality.
yeah.
So beats are gonna you've never heard these beats yourself. Neither has Uptown, neither has anybody else.
Oh,
So
that's very secretive of you, man.
very, very secret. Even with the people that I collaborate with, it's very
Yeah,
secretive. I want it to be uh, um, really, really powerful when it comes out, which will hopefully highlight the releases that we're gonna have pretty soon.
yeah.
So,
I'm excited, man. Is that Bayani track gonna be on there too?
yes, sir.
Woo,
So,
man.
yes, sir. So I
Yeah,
reached out to a whole bunch of people,
yep,
and I basically hit him on a DM, gave him his flowers, and I said, "Yo, I'm trying to do this thing, whatever." He sends me acapella stems, and then he sends me another one, and then we've been talking ever since. So
yeah.
then this is a 3 week old relationship, and we probably got 4 or 5 songs now.
Oh, it's dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got well, we still have to write the track, but we have a song in the works too. But I was so pleasantly surprised to know that you guys were working together, man. So really
Well,
cool.
I I'm actually the one who reached out. I didn't, um, that was never my forte. It was like me reaching out, but I reached out to almost every producer that's on
Dope.
this mixtape.
Yeah.
And then like, some of them I haven't worked in years. And I said, dude, you want to do this? Let's go. Let's do this. And then
I can't wait
I
to
got
see it.
people from SAC, LA, San Diego, and now New York, right? And Hawaii now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yo.
yeah,
It's exciting, man. When are you anticipating the release? Next year sometime?
I'm trying to do it before the 31st of December.
Oh shit, like really quick. Dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm waiting a few more things. I'm waiting for a few more things, but we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
Oh man, I'm
Yeah.
excited about that one you previewed for me, man. Woo. Okay. All right. With that, I don't want to spoil the bean. I don't want to spill the beans, man.
For
So,
sure.
hey, Uptown Suite, representing the 707. Is he from Vacaville, Fairfield, or where's he exactly from?
But he's always represented Vacaville.
Oh,
Always. South
love it,
South
dude.
Vacaville, always.
707 Ken.
Yeah.
That's where my parents live, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Odessa Kane.
Going back to Sweet, he
Yeah,
has a lot of ties with New Zealand. So
yeah, yeah.
there's a
Soul Chef.
there's yeah, there's a plethora of artists, and then he still has a footing there. So,
Yep.
um, in fact, I've got some people from New Zealand on the mixtape.
Oh my gosh, that's so old. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of him. So yeah,
Yeah, hey, it's all about networking, man, for sure, man.
right.
And that's why, yeah, again, I was happy to see y'all make that connect, man. You and Bayani, so really dope, man.
Yeah,
Uptown Suite is super dope, and then Odessa Kane, mentioned him a couple times already from San Diego. I think he
that's
was
my.
from that Masters of the Universe crew, right, from back in the
Oh
day.
my goodness.
Yeah, and so
Yeah,
he's definitely a fixture out there in the San Diego hip hop scene. But y'all
right,
got some nice stuff coming out. I've seen a lot of dope videos that you've shot for him, and
right.
some of the songs you produced are bananas. So I can't wait to see the King Kane series come out. You guys gonna put some time in between each release? Is that how it works?
Um, I think every 6 weeks, as after the first release, every 6 weeks after that.
I love it, man. So I'm
Yeah.
pumped to see that. That's and then that's separate to the Walk on. Oh no, Walk on Water was Uptown Suite, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep, and then I saw Creed Chameleon drop his video, the
Uh,
Trauma music
yeah.
video. Was that and you produced that one too as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh,
Yes,
man, that
sir.
was a great one too, man. It was like the fire, rapping in front of the fire. like, oh shit, super dangerous, but it was so super hard video, man. Did you shoot
Yeah,
that too?
I didn't shoot that. He's in Vegas, so
Yeah. So you
he
went to
shoots all of
Vegas.
his stuff. Yeah, he's in Vegas.
Okay. Yep.
With Creek Chameleon, he's gonna be also on the mixtape.
Yep.
There's a track with him and Lumicools on there that I produced.
Oh man, man.
So
Okay. Separate to the album that he's doing with you.
that's gonna be part of his album and on my mixtape as well. So shout out to Creed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, definitely Hawaii MC out here, who
yeah,
moved out to Las Vegas and is doing his thing. So awesome, man. Another dope
yes.
MC that you connected with. And then Bayani, I mentioned that. So, hey, you got a busy year ahead of you and a busy closeout from what it seems.
Mhm.
And then you do a lot of video work too, man. And so I wanted to bring it up because we talked about it already. Penning rhymes with Uptown Suite, DJ Al Boogie, and then your daughter making her appearance on video. I love it,
Yeah,
man. What a cool song. You want to talk
thank
about the
you.
making of that song real quick?
So Uptown did this verse about, and then had this weird, not that weird, but this brainchild of comparing his former self, his childhood self, to now,
Yeah.
um, and I actually I reached out to my daughter at the time, and I said, "Hey, why don't you try rapping?" And she was very insecure at the time, whatever. I said, "Nah, I'll help you with it." And then I didn't write anything, but I'll help you with the delivery. I'll help you with the mixing, whatever,
Yeah.
so that we can put that in. And then so like, because of her ear and how I inundated with her with hip hop before, when she was with even when she was with a tiny baby, she understood rhythm and cadence and
Yep.
caught it um, very quickly. And so I
Dope, man.
put her on the third verse.
I
And then
love it.
it was just supposed to be a trial thing, but I liked the verse so much that, hey, you know what? Um, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So in the
Yeah.
video, it's always a back and forth thing with Uptown and my daughter. So they had
Yep.
a younger self, a younger guy playing Uptown, and then a younger
Yep.
girl playing Malika. So
Yeah.
it was
Was that
basically
your other daughter or no?
no. So the younger versions of Uptown and Malika are actually Muay Thai students.
Oh, from your school.
They're
Okay.
actually Malika's Muay Thai students.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so they both go to our gym. The boy that played Uptown, I've known him since he was a baby, since he was in a car seat.
Nice.
And then we met Maybelline, which was the younger version of Malika at our gym.
Okay.
Both of them had fought the that competed for us more
Yeah.
recently as last week.
Oh man,
So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Part of the family. Yeah. Yeah.
part of
And
the
so,
family.
what library was that? Was that the Solano Library? Where were y'all at?
That was the student library. It's the
Oh
student
man.
library.
Did you guys know somebody there, or are you filming like during business hours?
My wife teaches hula. She's been teaching hula for about maybe what, almost 12, 13 years, right?
Oh, okay.
So we always had a relationship with the Cecile Library because every so often, either the summer or the end of the year, we would perform there.
Oh,
And we
great.
perform Christmas joints there. So we would have Papa Holly Christmas joints, and we perform almost every year in the
Ah,
Cecile Library. We get in a relationship with the librarian and the people who work there. I asked on a whim, can we
yeah,
shoot a video over there? We'll be very,
yeah.
very quiet. And they said yes.
During
So
business hours.
during business hours.
What? That's crazy, man. I was like, what the fuck, dude? They recorded in a library. That's so cool. I was like, how did they
Yeah.
pull that off? So that's funny, man. So that was really cool and I enjoyed it. And it's always good to see our young youth, man, just flourishing and doing cool stuff like that. So
Yeah.
shout out to your
Yeah.
daughter, man. That was really cool.
Shout out to Malika. Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. With that, you mentioned it already, man. We got a project that's close to being done. Final song. I'm just waiting for
Uh-huh.
the guest MC to finish, and I want to
Yeah.
get that bad boy out, man. But that was really fun, man. So I'm honored to work with you. I mentioned that even before I realized, we knew each other and you were Digital Martyrs, man. I've been a fan of your work already, man. I love the stuff that you did with Beat
Thank
Rock.
you.
So to actually finally connect with you and you being the dope person as you are, personality wise, man. I am super honored that we're
Appreciate
doing
it.
that project. I can't wait to get it out, man.
Yeah, it is a super fun project,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
just came.
absolutely.
It came organically.
Yeah, yeah.
It
And
like
I guess I should say too is that I recorded to a beat, and then every time like I gave it to you, the beat changed, and it was like 20 times better, man. So that was cool, man.
as
I love that, dude.
you. So every artist that I've worked with, I've done that to a certain degree.
I love it.
Everybody.
That was the first
Yeah.
time anybody's done that to me, man, and I love it.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
for
what's up.
sure. And so I want to mention the story too of how we first met. Well, maybe not how we first met, but the same circle. You mentioned Chris, and we used to do ciphers all the time, right? And so,
Right.
uh, yeah. And so I don't know if this is a true story, man, or you're
It
just drunk.
is. It's a true story, but go ahead and tell it. Go ahead and tell it,
So
bro.
we were in the car, right, freestyling, right, in the '90s, right? And you said that I was
Yeah.
like, just so into it that I was spitting left and right.
I
And were you sitting in
so
front of me? So just the spit hitting you in the back of your neck? Is that
so I guess there was four of us, and I
okay?
know that it was Boog, you, Chris, me. I think Rain was in there. I don't know if Rain was in there or not, but we were in some neighborhood off of Brown Street.
Yeah,
I think it was in front of Boog's house. I think it was in front of Boog's house. I'm
yeah.
not sure. And we there was an instrumental playing, and everybody took turns freestyling, whatever. I was sitting in passenger seat. You were sitting right behind me,
Yes.
and it's this motherfucker spitting on my fucking neck, dude.
Oh no,
He
man.
fucking like, and it was a sedan. Okay, so you got a four-door car, whatever. It's a sedan. This dude, you just spitting fire, figuratively and literally. So
Oh man.
it's so
Oh
bad.
dude. The
I
loud
said,
one,
yo,
baby. Oh
just
man,
spit.
here's the 3D. That's fucking hilarious. And so as a tribute to that, we call the album Lawai, right?
We
So
all yes,
that's
100%.
oh man, that's
Yeah.
great, man. So it makes the title of the album even more special with that story, man.
Yeah.
So thanks for reminding me, man. And I owe you carne asada burrito next time I see you, man.
Maybe a baby wipe.
All right, dude. Super cool, man. And I've always told you that you're a walking studio, man, and you do digital art, you do video, and that's pretty awesome, man. I love how that
Mm,
you're self-sufficient, man. And so
yeah.
yeah, man. And so how did that come? Did you just do that out of necessity because you didn't want
Mhm.
to rely on people, or was it just all hobbies that happen
I
all like kind of
no, I had I was literally tired of waiting for people.
yeah.
I was tired of waiting for people that I paid to do something that may or may not be aligned with my vision. So I had to learn graphic design. I had to learn photography, videography. I learned how to learn editing videos.
Mhm.
I had to learn how to mix and master. I knew
Yeah.
I had to do learn all of these things that I used to outsource
Yeah.
and gave people. And I was on their timeline,
Yeah.
and I said, "No more. We're not. I'm not doing it. I'm not."
Yeah.
So I for all the single, I do a couple of things for singles. There's this one guy that I wanted to shout out. His name is Mikey Alfuente.
Okay.
Um, he's out of Canada. He's done a lot of our work. I will always work with him, but for
Yeah.
the most part, I've done a lot of our own stuff. I did the Walk on Water album cover. I did the Lawai album cover.
Yeah.
I've done the upcoming song with me and Bayani. I did that album cover.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then there is an album cover for Volume One, for King Volume One.
Okay.
It is a picture of a still shot from an upcoming video that me and Odessa have.
Okay.
So I'll share it to you. I'll text it to you. I'll
Yeah,
let you
I'd
see
love
it.
to
Yeah,
see it, man.
yeah.
So super dope. That's what I love about you, that you can do all that and you're a master of many skills. So
Mm,
good on you. I agree, man. I hate waiting for people too, man. So super dope, man. And that's probably a good lesson to folks who watch this, man. You got to learn all the tricks of the trade, man,
you
if you
can't
want
stop learning.
to keep
Yeah,
moving fast. Yeah.
Yep.
So with that, hey, I want to shout out your merch game too. I love the brown bandana digital martyr shirt. Super
Thank you.
dope. And yep, I'm gonna cop one, man. And yeah, I just saw it the other day. I was like, oh, I've never seen that. So
Yeah,
did you design that too as well, or
I
you're
did.
that? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really cool, man. So go get that, man. Folks need to go get that shit. That shit is so tight. But man,
right.
how do you do it, man? You juggle all these responsibilities. You run a gym, you do music, mix master, create art, man, and your dad, most importantly, right, and the husband. So I mean,
Yeah.
man, how do you juggle it all, man? Amazing. You do it flawlessly.
So, I mean, with the 9 to 5 in the gym, that's something that I have to do, right? That's part of life, whatever. Being a husband and be a father, that's part of life. But aside from all of that, all the artistic output that I have, it's art. It's not supposed to be um, burdening. It's supposed to be a release.
Okay.
So, because I'm at this point where I can collaborate with people who are like-minded that will accentuate my production and my artistic output and be aligned with me. Which I think all of life's calamities are released when I do art.
Yeah.
So all this that's basically my goal. That's my go-to. That's my output. That's my that time for me to put that stuff out and then share with people. That it's I may not make a lot of money off of it, but it is definitely putting my art out there, and then it's my best foot forward when it comes to that. And so
Yeah.
it's supposed to be free and not burdening, not
Okay.
some heavy bag that you have to carry. It's
Yeah.
something that that you want to put out, that you want to push. So it's not work to me.
Yeah.
It's not effort to me. It's
It's a
effortless.
passion.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, right on. That's super dope, man. Definitely a passion, and I could see that, man. All right,
yeah.
dude. So you said, man, you're sit right in between Sacramento and San Francisco. Do you like sports, like basketball at all?
Nope.
No. Okay. All right, man. So that
So
messes up my question, man. I had this funny question I wanted to ask you,
so you
whether
wanted
or
to know
not you were a
Warriors versus Kings? Is that what it
or
was?
yeah, yeah. That doesn't work, man. Okay. All right. Best place for Mexican food in the 707. Let me see if we both agree.
Dude, I just had Mexican food from the 707, like literally an hour ago.
What's the
Um,
spot?
so I always jump with Odessa King because I go to San Diego often, right?
Oh, and they got carne asada fries, man.
No, they all do. Every restaurant has carne asada fries now,
I
but
love it, man.
there's the Northern California Mexican food pales in comparison to SoCal. I have to say it.
Ooh, that's tough.
There's
Tough.
there are pockets and blankets. There's little small little
Tough.
pockets in the city. There's this
Of both.
multi-healthy place in San
Yeah.
Francisco, and there's one
Yeah.
in Oakland, whatever, that somewhat touches Mexican food.
Man.
The bar is set very, very high in
Woo.
SoCal, LA, and San
You know what?
Diego.
I didn't spend a lot of time in SoCal other than San Diego for a couple of weeks, so I will
Right.
um I will honor that statement. But
But but
uh,
I did have Mexican food about an hour ago. There's this place off of what street is that? What?
Alamo.
No, not Tree and Harbison.
Oh, up by the outlets.
Yeah.
What
So
is it? I'll tell you my favorite spot after you.
go ahead. Well, there's this new spot called Kayonda,
Oh, I
and
never
I
tried that.
just had it. I just had it. It's a family-owned restaurant, whatever.
All right.
It's okay. It's good, but it's not compared to like Mexican food in San Diego. So
Damn. Okay. Yeah. No, I'll give you that. Hey, my favorite spot when I go home and see my parents is a spot called Baldo's. You ever heard of it?
of
It's
course I have.
it's like yeah, that's my spot. You don't like it? It's the gym.
No. So
Oh man.
near your parents' spot. So my gym is near your parents' spot, right?
Okay.
So it's on Monte Vista. So Monte Vista crosses is on the other side of the freeway. So you got Harbison and Nuttree on one side, and then you got Monte
Yep.
Vista. Yeah. So off of
You're
Monte
close
Vista,
to the outlets
there's
too,
a thing
then.
called Hamburger Hill. Do you know about that?
No,
So
no, no.
it has that sushi place on the corner. Then you have then McDonald's. Then you have Burger King. Then you have a whole bunch of car shops, car repair shops. And there's where my gym at just at. And then alongside that was Brown
Oh,
Street.
okay.
Yeah. So there
Got it.
on the corner of Monte Vista and Brown Street, there is a 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Right before, right across the street, is this place called Hecho en Mexico. It's a taqueria right next to my gym. You should go try it next time you're here.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're going there, man.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Okay, so it sounds like I got some places to check out next time I visit
Yeah.
home. All right, man. You ever go to Cash Creek at all, or you're not a gambler at all?
No, I'm not a gambler. I used to work there.
What? Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
What would you do? Dealer or
I was at
bartender?
the
What you
food.
what you
No, no, no. I was in the food court, the food in the kitchen.
Oh,
A brief stint, maybe about a week or two.
oh man. Well, hey, how do Filipino parents say Cash Creek? Do you know?
Kachikrik,
That's right. That's right. Catchy Creek, man. My
kachikrik.
parents always hit up Catchy Creek, man.
Yeah, my parents were never gamblers, but
Okay.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
frequent Filipino
Shows
family.
and food. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, brother. Here's my next question for you, man. Fried lumpia or fresh lumpia?
Fried lumpia,
All the way, man.
all the
Oh,
way.
I can't do fresh, man. It's too healthy
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Corned beef or beef tapa?
Corned beef,
All the way.
all the
What
way.
kind? What brand? What brand?
Yeah,
You know, big beefs, man. I don't know. I probably know corned beef too much, man. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
well, good,
So
man. Well, hey, you.
I with that, like, I have a very strict halal diet, right? So there's not a
That's
lot of
right.
things that I can eat, right? So I haven't had beef
Yeah.
tapa in so long,
Oh,
like
I
maybe,
didn't realize. Okay. Yep.
but there's halal corned beef.
Yeah, there
So
is. That's right.
yeah, yeah. So I we have a halal corned beef in the pantry right now. So that's why I chose that because I can't make the comparison right now between that and
Yeah, no, I didn't.
bread.
Okay. Oh no. Well, hey, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's the good thing about the corned beef, man. And I think I had I did a sticker. You using the rapper as as a little thing
yeah.
from my music CD, man. So that's pretty funny. Well, good, man. Hey, you talked a lot about your projects coming up, and I can't wait. 2024 and the close of this year sound like it's going to be a banging year for the Digital Martyrs crew. Before we close this session up, man, do you want to tell folks where the best place is where they can find your music? And do you want to shout out anybody before we end this thing?
So all of us use online distribution. So all of us are all digital platforms. I'm the new projects will definitely be on all digital platforms. The mixtape, the 4 albums that's coming out between Q4 and Q1 of next year.
Yeah.
Um, Bandcamp there, just Google search that. Bandcamp
Yep.
search that, and then also YouTube, which also showcases a lot of the music and the visuals. I did a lot of heavy lifting on the visual side in the past 2 years. I'm going to pick it up next year. But definitely be on the lookout for the 4 albums that are coming out pretty soon.
Yep.
December 8th is my suggested date for Walk on Water.
Woo.
I'm trying to do the mixtape before December 31st. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then Volume 1, I believe is Q1, and then I'm waiting for my boy Memphis Reigns to give me one more verse for the Loud
Woo.
Way and see what happens. Yeah.
Man, I'm about to hit her up, man. Right after this. Where's that?
Yeah. I
All right.
I actually want to. I mean, between me and you and everybody else who's watching, I actually want to release La Y before the end of the year. So
Oh
if we
God.
can make,
All right.
if no pressure, if we can do Q1, we do Q1, we do Q1. It's okay, but
Yeah.
no pressure. I want to release that ASAP. I want all that music that we've ever done to get out there
Oh,
and share it. So
I know. Oh man, I gotta hit her up, man. So I finished that song 2 weeks ago. So
okay, okay,
and I don't want to call her out yet. She's a good
no
fan.
worries, no worries. Don't call her out yet.
And I say that jokingly, man. But hey man, thank you again, dude. Like I said, I've told you so many times every time we talk, you're a phenomenal producer. I love you represent for the Filipino community and you're
Thank
putting
you.
it down, man. And the things that you're doing are definitely testing the standards and you're really pushing the envelope, man, when it comes to production and hip hop. Yo, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
It's been an honor to call you a friend and be able to work with you in
Likewise.
this capacity, man. So, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. I can't wait to get the story out, brother.
All right, brother. Likewise. Thank you again for putting me up.
Absolutely, man.